What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Prepper Soul Alone Show, Season 9, Episode 7, wrap-up show. Thank you for joining me today. As always, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at PrepperSoul to kind of give my insight on the Alone Show. So I'll jump right into this episode. As usual, if you like kind of the content, shoot me, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, helps out the algorithm, helps out the channel, those type of things. So, hopefully, you enjoy this content. But we are at episode 7. We're about 34 days in. So that's kind of where we're at now. And currently at the moment, there is 6 people remaining. So that's who's left, on the show there. So we've got the 6 will be Terry, Jesse, Adam, Tom, Carrie Lee, and Temojin. So that's the 6 that are remaining on the show. 34 days in. Last episode, winter's on its way. Trying to see what the big things was from the last episode. Bear with me 1 second here. I don't think there was an elimination on the last show on episode 6. So we'll jump right into episode 7. Let's share my screen here with you. 1 second here. As usual, they give the viewer discretion is advised. That's our usual. This episode is titled The Birds. So that'll be the theme, kind of for today's sort of show. So that's the title of this one. And into the forest I go to lose my mind and find my soul. John Murray. Okay, so there's I always have that sort of quote there at the beginning of the show. And this is what's happened previously on the show. So we'll skip ahead there. There we are, day 34, 9:53 a.m. We're with Terry. And he's kind of does like this, like music video. He starts to sing at the beginning. So he's kind of doing this music video and talking about, Flat Stanley is, that's one of his names, a fictional character there. So there he is. He's sitting there near his shelter. He's lost, 49 pounds since the beginning of this show. So, so he's lost a ton of weight in those 34 days. There he is, spent 2 hours and 11 minutes shooting the music video at 8 different locations. So having some good time, having some good fun there. When you're out, out in the woods and alone by yourself, especially 34 days, you just got to find stuff to kind of keep you happy and keep you motivated and keep you going. So that was one of the things that he kind of did. Good shot there of his shelter. Got the moss roof, triangular roof there. And he starts to trim off the fat of this beaver hide. So as I stated before, previous episodes, he's using every single ounce of this beaver that he killed. So they don't let a single thing go to waste, with these animals, which is great. There it is. Terry's been storing this beaver hide in his cats and since he harvested it on day 21. So he's had this, beaver for about, 13 days, 14 days harvesting this beaver. And he's going to start to just slowly trim the fat off this thing. There's the fat there, trimming off every single bit that he can. So he starts trimming off this beaver. He's got to get protein. He's got to get fats in him. Since he's lost a lot of that weight there. So he's continuing to trim off that fat from the beaver, harvesting the beaver meat in that smoker there. So then we roll to Jessie, day 34. She's actually filling up. She's kind of using her water catch here. So she gets fresh water, kind of every single day. So she's filling up water from her catch there. Current temperature 32 degrees. So it's getting colder. Winter's on its way. She's kind of working on her shelter there, and she's actually cooking up a squirrel there too as well. So right there, so that's got some dinner in her shelter. So cooking that up for a meal. And now we've got a little bit of a commercial here. So I will stop the stream on that. Come back to that here in a second. But yeah, Jesse's there cooking up that squirrel for one of her dinners, getting her shelter getting ready. But after that, they kind of after the commercial break here, we move back over to Terry, who he's currently making like a beaver stew, and he's still preserving this beaver, still preserving the animal, taking good care of it, making sure the meat stays fresh so he doesn't get sick, those kind of things. So he's always always trying to make that meat stay fresh, every single day. So he is working on that, which I'll show here. Still a little bit more time left in this commercial before I can get the streamings, before I can stream the channel here again. So 1 second here once this goes away. Got about 32 seconds. And then after Terry, we're moving into day 35. So a little bit over a month left. And we're down to 6 people. I'm not sure how many days the winter will probably go. I would probably say, maybe close to 70, considering the conditions, those sort of things. And excuse me, we actually have 7 people remaining. So I know I said at the beginning of the stream there's 6, but it's actually 7. 7 people are still remaining here on this show. So I'm about to go back and share again. We'll go back to Terry. So as I was saying, he's still preserving the meat, still preserving the animal. There he is cooking up a, kind of a stew there. So, and then we move into Adam, like I said, day 35, 11:29 a.m. And he is chopping wood. And then he hears a grouse. So he hears him, as he hears him. He's going to go look for this grouse. And there he goes. He shoots that grouse. There it is. Bam, there's one. And a little bit later, he kills another grouse. Nails another one. So he gets 2 right there off the bat. And he's going to begin to skin these grouse right here by the edge of the river here. So Labrador average about over 168 inches of snowfall per year. Yeah, snow is on the way, as we seen in the last episode with the snow on the side of the mountain. So obviously the higher elevations are getting those the snow, and it'll eventually come to kind of where they're at. So There he is skinning those grouse. He's ready to. Um, and then he kind of, as he's scanning the grouse, he actually hears something in the woods. Don't know exactly what it was. Didn't confirm anything as well. So, and then once again, we got another commercial. History Channel's full of these commercials during the stream, which is it's kind of hard to do these live streams, but you have to watch the commercials. You can't kind of skip through the commercials. Wish you could. Or if I figure out a way, there's no way I can. So another minute and 35 of that. And I will say that Adam, as he is looking, hears this noise in the woods. He actually comes across, day 35. He finds a piece of floating dock, which I'll show you here in a minute, show you exactly what he found. And as you know, contestants on the show, any kind of trash they find as they are, on the land or whatever washes up, that's fair game. They are allowed to use that, in the show. So that is fair game to them. And I will show you here in a minute the dock that he finds. So got about another 30 seconds of this commercial when it's over, and I will get you back to streaming that show. Back to streaming. So, and I got to make sure I show you the dock because Adam's actually a really good wood maker, and those nails and the wood that he has is going to come into play. He's going to start building things, and with that, and he doesn't want to build a dock. So it's not want to. He says right off the bat, he does not want to build a dock. So he is not going to build a dock. Here we are, day 35. Let me get the file share back up. 1 second here. Here we go, day 35. There we go. Participants are allowed to gather and utilize anything they find on the land or in the water. And there it is. There's that dock. That is some good wood there for him to use. That's huge. There he goes. He's kind of going into they talk about the nails may have tetanus in them, so that's the bacteria that can cause muscle spasms, fever, death, untreated. So getting stabbed, or getting cut by one of these, rusty nails could mean the end of the show for him. So here we go. Moving to Tom. Tom right here. He's making like an actual lamp here, which is kind of cool. Some red belted conch. Exactly what that word is, but he's actually making a lamp, and which is pretty cool to illuminate his shelter there. And then as he is cutting wood, he spots a squirrel, which he ends up killing. He's just working on his shelter here. Still working on the roof. This was kind of dug into a hole there into the side of the hill. But yeah, he actually shoots a squirrel, and then he's able to kill a grouse. And now got another commercial again. So another minute and 19 seconds here. I'll get through that again. But he was able to get two, able to get a squirrel and then a grouse. Yeah, and Tom's actually lost, they said, about 44 pounds since day one. which is not surprising. I mean, so commercials to finish up here. So bear with me 1 minute here. Sorry, a little technical difficulties here with the stream. I apologize for that. Let me get this back up playing. All right. All right. So after Thomas shoots that squirrel and the grouse, they actually move. We go to Carrie Lee, who's day 37, and she's actually cooking berries and like a fruit lather. And this fruit lather that she's cooking up, which I'll probably, hopefully I can show you in a minute. I got another 2 minutes of ads here. It's really annoying. Can last up to 2 months. So this fruit lather, can sustain, up to 2 months. So that is good for her there. So they'll show her cooking that fruit lather. I'll show you here in a second what she's kind of doing. But then they go back to Adam, day 37, and he's actually using this wood to build himself a door and actually start to make windows too as well. So he's a really good carpenter using the nails. Those nails are handy when it comes to that, but he starts building a door for his shelter to keep out any sort of real big wildlife like bears or anything like that, which really haven't seen a lot on this um, on this episode. They pushed in the beginning the previews a lot on this polar bear territory. Only seen one bear actually on the actual show that's seen by the contestants. So the bears are a little bit absent there. So he's got to build this door, and they're in his shelter. So one more minute of the advertisements, and we'll be back to the stream there. And then we'll go back to day 39, Terry. And we actually see a female pine grosbeak, which is a new species of birds that he's never even seen before. Hopefully, I can also get a picture of that for you. One second here. Let's see. 18 more seconds. Get back in to the stream here. Spare me a little bit longer here. But Terry, day 39, he's really got to begin to fish again. So And it does say that he's starting to get lightheaded a lot when he bends down. So that could be definitely a sign of being under malnutrition. So um, he starts getting lightheaded there. And then they kind of shoot over back to day 40 with Tom. And he starts to set traps, catch a bird, because he starts to hear whiskey jacks. So he's going to set some traps and kind of kill this bird. Still got about 30 more seconds of commercials, and we'll get back to. I don't know. I lost the stream here, so that feels a lot longer than 30 seconds. That's for sure. So we'll get back to where I was. Because they're about day 40 now with Temujin, and we got who I think is the favorite to win. This to win the whole thing. All right, so back again. This is yep. There's Carrie Lee. Carrie Lee, there she is. And so this is day 37. Current temperature 31 degrees. Carrie Lee, and we'll see this fruit blather that she is making. There it is. That can last up to 2 months. There it is, stored at room temperature. So she's making that. And I'm sure we'll have another commercial once again. Another minute, 29 seconds. So stop there. I know you don't want to watch the commercial. And then we'll move into Adam, like I said, for building door there. Another minute of that, just to show you guys. A lot of commercials on this stream. Basically, my whole episode here is talking about commercials, so that ain't good. We'll hop back into it just to show you guys. Also show you this female pine grosbeak. I guess that's what it's called. Grosbeck. Barely 1 minute here. 20 seconds left. Yeah, I think I'm going to find a way to not have to get commercials on these shows here. Try to find a way to limit the number of commercials. All right, so back to Adam. He's got the wood. Here he is building a door here. Starts building the door up. That's the door to his shelter. There it is. There's the door. And then we move back to Terry. Sees a bird, up in the tree there. There it is. There's that pine grosbeak. I guess that's what that bird is called. And Terry goes to fish again. This is kind of where he begins to say he's feeling lightheaded. And kind of needs to sit down, take a break. You may have some dehydration. And another commercial. So we're at day 40. Day 40 right now. The show's going to end at day 43, so almost done here. Just to kind of cut down on all these commercials here and figure it out. Maybe for episode 8, I'll figure out how to get rid of all, or maybe find the platform that can show or stream the show without all the commercials. So definitely do that for the next episode because this is super annoying. All right, so 7 people are here. Go back to Tom. This is kind of where he starts setting traps for his birds. So, he hears a whiskey jack, and he begins to make this Joby bird snare. So he wants to catch this whiskey jack, and that's basically what he's doing. Day 40. Back to Temujin. There he is. He's actually going to hang up a Canadian. His underwear is a Canadian flag, so he's going to hang that up in his shelter. It did say participants are not allowed to bring flags. But he's hanging up one of his underwears there on that. And he sees 2 squirrels. He shoots 2 times, nails the first squirrel. So he gets I think that's maybe one of his first squirrels that he's caught. Yep, that's Temujin's first squirrel. And so he is going to skin this squirrel and eat it. And he kind of begins to talk about, why he wants to win the show for his mom. And, all that. So there he is. He's skinning that squirrel up. And another 60 seconds. Commercials once again. Sit through that. And we're almost towards the end here. So when we get back from commercial, we go back to Carrie Lee, who has made that this day 41 is her mother's birthday. So she makes her birthday cake and goes to check on her traps, and she's caught a squirrel. So that's a big boost of confidence for her, catching that squirrel. Ten more seconds of this, and then that'll be over. Back to Carrie Lee. Let's see, there's her birthday cake for her mother. And she ends up catching a squirrel in one of her traps. So big boost there in morale. Everybody gets some food. She's going to cook that up. Squirrel contains roughly 540 calories, 15 grams of fat. Go back to Terry, 34 degrees. He actually has a medical check today, and he's really concerned about his weight, which he will show us. There it is. Wow. And so the doctors are here. Today's his medical checkup. The doctors arrived today. Check him out. They're going to do his blood pressure, check everything. And they're going to discuss. So then once again, another commercial break here. And so the doctors are really concerned with his, dehydration, kind of just the way, his body is, and his organs could fail. And, definitely risk, future damage to his body. And he is actually removed from the field. So Terry is eliminated, day 42. And he was really disappointed. About that. So he's removed. He said he didn't hunt for the first 8 days that he was on the show, and there he is. He's visibly upset there. But he is eliminated from the show, devastated, as anybody would be. So we move into day 42. Tom, he is working on his shelter. And he actually falls and hurts his back on a stump. So he's in big time pain. And he's in very bad shape, very bad pain. He can barely sleep through the night. And that's kind of where the show ends. So that's where we stand. So now we're going to go down to 6 people, and we're going to move into episode 8. So thanks again for joining me. Sorry it took so long because of the ads, but appreciate you joining me. Have a great day.